Greetings everyone, and before I actually introduce these players, check out this build order. 3 Kettengrad opener. This Agion saying, welcome to another Company Wars 1 replay. Spawn on the south side is as the Panzer Elite. We have SkyisTheLimit, and his opponent as a Brit. We have Maximus Miloserdny. Probably pronouncing that wrong, but it's the closest enough. Closest I can get it to it.
Ready to execute orders.
Kettengrad's going around capturing the resource sectors, not worrying about the VPs just yet. And hopefully I stay nice and awake because I did not get much sleep last night.
Ready to respond.
We do have the Kettengrad capture the munitions point. We do got, of course, these infantry sections. The initial one upgrade is upgraded with the scoped rifles. This one over here is capture the munitions point. And we have the HQ now pushing forward. While it's moving around, it does not have any access to any resources. And something I noticed right now is if you look closely, on the map is usually where the HQ is on for the image, but of course, as you know, there is no HQ for the for the Brits, so there's not a building HQ. Well, all other factions utilizes this initial building as an HQ. We do got the Camp River Company going on down. We do got the scope rifles engaging at Kettengrad, and there's only one squad of Panzer Grenadiers, and there is just something in my eye.
Vehicle made ready.
Task complete.
Moving on. Ready to execute orders.
The Kettengrad is currently stealth, but does get revealed there. I believe the scoop rifles does increase camouflage protection, and nice little decap there. Knocked them out of the way, and then initiate a capture, which instantly decaptures it. Kettengrad's being excellent units for capturing around. We do have this intersection, the scope one, that was knocked off, and it looks like it's going to go for the cutoff point, which actually is a good idea because he is way behind resources. Kettengrad going deep, it has very little health as well. Going for this munitions point, which is not exactly a critical item, to say the least.
Vehicle here.
A lot of Kettengrad's no combat. Where is this Panzer Grenadier? The Panzer Grenadier's... Oh, what is he going for? Panzer Jaeger Command. This is interesting. He's using these Kettengrads to very effective... to pretty good effective usage.
We are losing a sector to the Commonwealth.
I wonder what he's going to plan to build from it. This may throw off his opponent really, really bad. But you got a universal carrier, a Bren carrier out.
We are losing. Supply lines are broken.
It may really backfire. Immediate 2-2, and that universal carrier is not going to do well versus that whatsoever. The scope rifle ripping apart this Panzer Grenadier squad, no problem. And does get forced back. This point is not fully captured yet. The universal carrier has been fully upgraded with HMG, which pushes the Bren on top to the Pinto mount, and then puts a actual Vickers gun in the, well, what is this called? Coaxial?
Go on already.
Kettengrad is trying to camouflage away, does manage to camouflage away. That Panzer Grenadier is going to have a lot of repair targets because these Kettengrads are all, both two of them are severely wounded. 2-2 is almost out on the field, which will give him a huge boon. Panzer Grenadier is utilizing this heavy cover, and it's going to pick off some of these units that are in the trying to build a trench there. Kettengrad's going to be eyeing for some pushing around. No. Oh, but this 2-2, however, is going to be at a love seeing that very vulnerable
Supply
squad
lines are
there.
broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
This Kaliningrad is receiving some fire. The trench is complete. It would take quite a bit to displace it because those trenches are very resilient.
Standing by to adjust attack.
Wrong camp. Oh. Something must have happened.
We are
He must have
losing
been trying to
ground.
capture this one.
Gears up and ready
Multiple
to go.
Kaliningrads
Yep.
are still out in the field. This point is capturing. We do got a Luftwaffe ground forces. That's interesting. Which will give them quite a bit of a good repair squad. And we also have assault grenadiers now out on the field, which are a very effective unit. The 222 is going to be very problematic. His
Supply
opponent will
lines are
have to
broken. We have
get out a
territory cut
Stuart
off from
and now
supply.
really to deal with it. Another trench being built. He has now spotted this forward HQ if he hadn't known about already. Veterancy 1 is available now. It's a bit wounded, but doesn't have to worry about damage all too much.
Ready for orders.
Luftwaffe ground forces.
Our Luftwaffe brothers are available for deployment.
If he spots that, he will now know perhaps go for some artillery pieces. He can always get the 25 pounders regardless which way he deploys. To deal with any flak 88s, that's what I'm sort of concerned about.
Men are barely needed. Don't fuck up.
I heard the Falchion Jaegers is not a super great unit in comparison to other units, such as the STG, so he may not be going for Falchion Jaegers all too much. This is a great unit right here. We do have the capped officer right there. This field support
The enemy is
HQ
seizing
has been
our
spotted. Do we see
territory.
some Piets being built? Piets are being built, and the music does get interrupted. This field support HQ could be attacked.
We have a secured sector under attack.
And we got this
We are
Bren unit
losing
is
a
falling
strategic
back,
sector.
and we also have the officer falling back as well. Kaliningrad capturing up right in front of that intersection. Two still have pretty good health. Piet squad
An ammo
is here,
storage
needs to
facility is being
reinforce.
overrun. A German target has been destroyed.
Ooh, and the Kaliningrad does go down to this rifleman, the Tommy squad. This house is getting ripped apart by this autocannon. Probably thanks to the large fact that Veterancy 1 getting some better accuracy to hit that building. He's trying to repair it in middle combat. It is very risky. Piets do fire over the hedge, unsuccessful.
Fucking hell!
This squad could go down. That is a bad retreat path. Perhaps he should have soft retreated it, but he will not be chased down. Another 222 is now pushing on forward. Piet squad way over here. The officer is in the area and ripping apart that squad that we saw retreat earlier. Not dancing around
Sniper is
this
MIA
building
and
and does go down.
Germans attacking. Under fire.
He needs to get out of Stuart sooner rather than later.
Jerry's
There's still
capturing
two
a strategic
Kaliningrads,
sector.
two 222s. We know about the Assault Grenadier, probably one regular Panzer Grenadier is still alive, and we also know about the Luftwaffe ground forces. We don't see any command points being utilized just yet, and I wasn't aware of any sort of audio coming on down. Captain is now out, capturing up some points.
The chaps are ready. Get ready, crew.
Universal Carrier engaging at long range against this Assault Grenadier.
Bloody hell, taking effective fire. Good to go.
And Panzer, oh yeah, there's a. I wonder if that's a Tank Buster squad or just the original Panzer Grenadier. But there goes that 222 to the Piets. No, that's straight up a regular Tank Buster right there. And this could be a Tank Buster, that could be a standalone squad, the upgraded Panzer Grenadier. It's hard to tell. It is the upgraded Panzer Grenadier squad, so he has a Tank Buster and a Panzer Grenadier. now pushing always forward. That's 2 Panzerstrikes, which could do some serious damage versus these HQs.
We're
I think he's
losing a
eyeing for this
strategic
HQ.
location.
Stuart is almost complete, so he will not stop the Stuart. Mine has been
Secured
swept,
sector under attack.
and here is the Stuart now. He does do a meteor retreat, doesn't want to risk it. The Stuart is pretty effective versus infantry. If he would have had those rounds loaded and then fired, he may be willing to. He would have been willing to stay around longer, but he did not. 2-2 is here. Mine has been detonated. Kettengrad is stealth right here. Other Kettengrad is here. The Kettengrad could body block the Stuart to save this 2-2. This is a fresh Panzer Grenadier. Looks like there's no medics. That is actually very important. Panzerstrike fires, gets direct hit. The other
sector is
Panzerstrike
being
could have pushed
overrun.
forward and killed it. The carcass does go down, so no Beaker Tiger to recover it.
The troops have secured the target.
The area is secure. I don't see any sign of Jerry.
Kettengrad captured this fuel point.
Bloody hell, they've zeroed in on us. Incoming!
Germans are trying to overrun one
How
of our
many-
strategic locations.
There's 3 Panzerstrike squads. We saw 2 tank busters
The
in the
initiative is
upgrade
ours.
squad, so there's a
Victory
lot
countdown
of
started.
Panzerstrikes everywhere.
We are losing a strategic sector.
Mortar half-track, I thought of those one. Now we do have a mortar half-track on the field. Here's the
Germans are
Volksjäger,
attacking our supply lines.
Luftwaffe ground squad. Stuart not fully repaired. 2-2 does find some hits onto the Panzerstrike squad, and we do have a mixed upgrade or veterancy. We do have 1 defense, 1 offense veterancy. The defense one will be great versus the rifle
We're
fire
losing
it's
a
been
strategic
sustaining.
location.
Casualty recovery, so now he has access to healing, but I don't think the healing will cover on this side, so just be very careful. Panzerstrike loading inside the building. Gets a direct hit there. It will take 2 more shots to take out that Stuart. A lot of Panzerstrike squads here, which are not exactly great versus these units.
Panzer forces are moving on one of our strategic locations.
We do got a mass retreat here. Those Panzerstrikes were not successful versus the infantry, and he was unable to deal with the Stuart light tank.
Forward
Kettengrad
supply
now
lines
going
are
around
broken.
over here,
Let's not cut this one up, eh?
and he's just going to IDD capture this fuel point.
Panzer
Something
forces are trying
I
to
forgot to
secure our
realize is
fuel
that
dump.
even if he decaptures this point, this is not a cutoff point because his HQ is right here. I may have made that mistake a couple times. It does go ahead and activate the healing now. That's a lot of health.
Listen up, you sorry lot.
That trench does go down. Looks like an incendiary mortar was called in.
Front lines are under attack. We're losing a sector.
Still no command doctrine selected. Let's go back. 2 command points. Let's head back to the Brits for now so we can see
Supply lines are
when he
broken.
uses the
Have a
command
territory
points.
cut off from supply.
Panzer's not rolling successes. No, 1 window on this side, so it's not a great building. But we do got the Panzerstrikes engaging the Stuart, which is actually a good angle for it. Another Panzerstrike there, rear armor hit. And doesn't appear that he gets the kill. He's rotating around, but it looks like doing a sizable retreat. Only 1 Panzerstrike squad left in the area. Trying to dislodge this,
Receiving, go ahead.
headquarters. Another 2-2 or another mortar half-track may be useful for assaulting infantry. Two defense upgrades, really trying to keep it alive away from the right fire. There's a lot of Brens here. A lot of automatic weapon fire, which can be quite effective versus the 2-2s.
We have a secured sector under attack.
Bloody hell, they've
Unknown number of enemy are moving on one of our victims.
Panzer is falling back, but Stuart is fully repaired. Body blocked by his own universal carrier. A little bit of an oversight there. And that is... Yep, it's just... He hasn't been able to deal with the British army, but he's doing great with the field control of all these Kettengrads. And look at that, he's just constantly scouting and spotting. If you can take out the steward, you can push in forward the Panzerschrecks and take out the buildings themselves.
QM's just distributed supercharged rounds to the Overwatch abilities have been passed down the line.
Looks like we got the Royal Artillery Regiment has been selected. Kettengrad's moving on forward, trying to draw some fire. And does get a direct hit there. We do got the 25-pounder now built. Universal carrier now crash and nice pinwheel. He didn't stick the landing, so he gets 2 points out of 10.
Gun crew here.
This 25-pounder is going to be very, very problematic.
Taking the field.
There is now a Panzer support command.
Back in a second.
I hope that's a Panzer IV. Let's switch over. Oh no, he's actually upgrading it. You can get Panzer IVs or Hotchkisses, right, in that building? Because if you upgrade this, you get access to Martyrs. I get these buildings mixed up all the time.
Task complete, record time.
He does have access to butterfly bombs, so now he has can call down some mines. 17-pounder coming on in. There's quite a bit of entrenchment here. I hope he has access
The
to
enemy will
Hotchkisses.
never be able to match the efficiency of our support command structure.
Hotchkisses with the Warframe upgrade will be excellent versus these emplacements. He has found an angle to hit this field support truck. Taking out would be very important. Stuart now coming in to respawn. Kettengrad has spotted the 25-pounder. I'm not sure if he spotted the 17-pounder. He does do a nice early retreat. And the HQ is about half down. But he does have Piets in the area. Or not Piets, sappers.
Our munition stores are under attack.
He has spotted now the 17-pounder thanks to him garrisoned inside that building. And the 17-pounder did fire a couple rounds at this squad, which actually is doing some good damage to the building itself. Does destroy the trench there. Ooh, that was a shotgun shell. The Panther battle group is available, and it's very close to manpower, so he's going to bring in a pair of Panthers. He has a very heavy anti-tank army, that's for sure. But the Panthers, 2 Panthers, is more than enough to push forward through the 17-pounder, especially with the support of the mortar half-track. The mortar half-track can throw incendiary round this, against the 17-pounder, and then Panthers can go in and kill it.
Receiving you loud and clear.
Canister shot, that's the name of that shot, the shotgun shot.
They are firing at us.
Panzer, evasive action! Evasive action!
We do have a incendiary mortar that was fired. Looks like it largely
We have
missed.
300 points left.
Cutting ground still going around capturing a lot of points. He has a lot of munitions stored up, which will give him a lot of HS-129 B3s for loiters. And plus, it will allow him access to get a lot of weapon upgrades for his Panzer Grenadiers as another possibility. Panthers are now available.
The enemy has struck.
Enemy armor engaged!
He's trying to mortar this 17-pounder. The mortar half-track is receiving some fire, though it will take quite a bit of hits.
Fall in.
Looks like one of the tank buster squads did
Hunter
in
battle
fact go
group has arrived and
down.
is now available for deployment.
Task complete.
Heavy Panzer
Both these Panthers are coming up at a good angle. 17-pounder is being built. This one does find an angle. There's just going to be a lot of 17-pounders here. And he will have this point locked down. This point can still be exposed to infantry advancements, but there's still a lot of trenches in the area. 17-pounder gets another good hit onto the Panther.
The munitions point has been captured.
Burn them out. We now have incendiary grenades at our disposal.
Incendiary grenade is going to be very important in trying to deal with these emplacements, that's for sure.
Extended line. Contact. Goes line. Move. Without me.
Rifle grenades are in the on that trench. Does do minor disruption. Does throw incendiary grenade onto the officer. Another incendiary grenade onto the rifle grenadiers. He still has access to one more incendiary grenade. That trench does go down. The officer gets ripped apart. He gets engaged and does get a good hit there with the Panzer and does fall back. Officers do cost a bit of fuel, so taking them out is actually quite nice. And that's what happened to one of the Panzer squads. Building collapsed. Panther here, trying to deal with these split trenches.
Moving on.
Not successfully, that's for sure. He needs to pull this back a little bit farther because he's getting hit. He's going to go down. If he gets hit, I think that's a dead Panther. Oh, he hasn't realized it. Ooh. 25-pounder running on in somewhere.
What's the word there, sir? Action, sir?
Trying to hit the mortar half track. Does get some minor hits or good hits.
Target destroyed. Holding position.
Task complete. Record time.
Let's be ready, boys.
Fall in, recruit.
Taking road. Ready, sir.
He does pick up the Panzer, so that is a dual-equipped Panzer squad.
Send
And
your
it looks
orders,
like there's
sir.
4 Panzer in total. Both
Grenadiers
these squads
ready.
having one.
Order awaiting your orders,
He has
sir.
great munitions income. He's been maintaining most of the munitions points, only giving up these two to his opponent. So his munitions income is great, and he
We
has
are losing
400
ammunitions
piled up,
depot.
and you could use that pretty quickly. Another Stewart has been built.
We're taking fire. Standing by. Heavy Panzer.
Panther here. Did one of the Panthers?
Pride of the fatherland. This is Panther.
There's the other Panther. This Sapper squad has no upgrades on it, and Panthers are moving forward. One of these. Ooh, this Panzer squad is severely wounded. Does fire, does get a hit.
Our brothers have fallen.
Ooh, and a barrage in the tree path takes out the heavy assault grenadiers, and now there's only the Panzer squads.
Our men are dying!
Panzerfaust! Hit them!
No more rounds to come down.
Mission orders!
2-2 severely wounded, does activate the Blitzkrieg. Panther in the area could take out, rolls a miss.
Panzer taking fire! Men are barely needed. Don't fuck up.
Ooh, takes out the mortar half-track. He has the butterfly bombs there. I wonder if he, a miss, detonated the butterfly bomb and killing his half-track.
Taking fire!
Kaliningrad now captured the regional base. There are 3 17-pounders here.
Complete record time.
It makes me sort of wonder, would a Goliath be effective versus all these emplacements? He has a lot of munitions, so he perhaps could give it a try, summing out, building a munitions half-track and then dropping down a couple Goliaths.
Reporting task complete. Moving on.
Germany cannot be seen to drop below 200 points.
We are taking fire!
Hits are everywhere. Rifle grenades do get fired. Likely incendiary grenades will be shot out. Captain is in this sector over here.
We have lost a unit.
Ooh, he lost a squad. I'm not sure which one. I think it was Kaliningrad. This emplacement, however, severely wounded. These guys could get burned a bit on the way back. Panzers are going to be firing. This HQ has been repaired. Engine has been damaged.
Under attack! Return fire! Contact! Contact!
Reporting task complete.
Staghound has been built.
My leg! My leg!
I thought the Staghound replaced the Stuart. I must have been mistaken. Panther is an area which will ward away this light armor. No problem. Both Panthers are in the area. And so it looks like this HQ will likely go down. That is not a sapper squad, but a
enemy has struck.
colony squad. Only 2 Panzer squads remain.
Shoot back
Take
down, you!
message!
That squad does not have the 2 Panzer. I'm not sure about the other one. He's trying to deal with these Panzer, and that Panzer squad goes down to the Staghound. Ocean Jaegers have been called on in. Incendiary grenade has been thrown.
Upgrades complete.
Fresh Panzer Grenadiers. He honestly could have got. He needs it for Panzer. That's why he's built it. A lot of sappers there. Fallschirmjäger, not Fallschirmjäger, Luftwaffe squad has received a hit there. PX are very problematic to this Panther.
An enemy unit has fallen to our might.
Down in the middle, looks like I think a Bren section does go down to the Panzer Grenadiers throwing incendiary grenade plus the Fallschirmjäger's incendiary grenade.
Listen for orders.
Men, you'll be glad to know Panzerschreck has arrived.
Receiving you, Commander.
Ready to pass on orders. Henschel strafing runs can now be requisitioned by our troops.
Henschel strafing runs are going to be very important to try and deal with these light tanks, that's for sure.
We are taking fire!
He doesn't have a Bofors for anti-air, and now the Panzer's are going to push on forward, trying to deal with these Stuarts. That rolls, both of them rolls a miss.
We are in danger! Receiving you loud!
Henschel is being called on in, and he doesn't actually
Our brave Panzer
goes down
destroyed an
anyway
enemy tank.
to the aircraft anyways. Staghound is built, but severely wounded. Jägers, that goes down to, I think, a Henschel. He is getting ripped apart by the FG-42s. Still a lot of emplacements here. 4 emplacements. Ooh, did the Jägers go down? Nope. I think that was a Panzer truck squad.
Heavy armor.
Panther will take out the field support.
Contact. Engaging squad element.
Enemy unit eradicated.
And there goes the field support. Now he's on his way to take out this armor command truck. He has upgraded armor, trying to make sure he's invulnerable.
This is Panzer.
This Panther's severely wounded. Looks like the Piet squad's coming to respond. Losing this armor command truck would be very problematic because he needs that for Fireflies. There is a good angle there away from the 17-pounder, but he may use, like, I think the armor piercing rounds. Maybe it'll pierce the world. Maybe that's just Capiros too. All those Piets missed. He needs to make sure he continues falling back. Well, I don't think he's any risk of going down if he just runs away. But if he stays, he's going to be in risk of going down. And the Panther's still there. Why is he still there? Panther starting to make their way forward, trying to deal with these 17-pounders. Could throw some cinder grenades along with it. Stu is still in the area. He is now running in on these Panzer trucks. And he does take out that 17-pounder entirely. Panther hitting the armored command truck as well.
Our enemies will cower.
And there it goes.
The Wirbelwind flak Panzer is now available for deployment.
Verbal winds are now available. Piet's now trying to fire 4 rounds. It looks like only one of them hit. Piets, they're just way inaccurate.
Ready for mission order.
FG-42 is ripping apart those squads. Patrick's making their way forward once again. The Stuart's severely wounded. It's likely going to go down since it's not moving yet. Or I could be wrong. Big spread, not really focusing on any single target.
We can use Luftwaffe ground forces to take the fight to the enemy. The enemy's armor
Does get hit there on the
will be
Stuart
even
now.
weaker than we
Could
thought.
hit the medical HQ. He's trying to hit this 25-pounder. Honestly, the 25-pounder has got a couple squad, at least one squad wipe. Other than that, I'm not really sure if that's really worth targeting. Piet's now running on in, does get a good hit there. There's also some rifle grenades that are being thrown on in. Piet's rifle grenades are all pushing forward because we got a fresh squad here. And this 2-2 staying alive does provide quite a bit of good anti-infantry support. Kaliningrad here does get spotted.
25-pounder, come on, sir!
Kampfgruppe Leer now has access to Flak 88 artillery pieces.
And that's the final command point. Flak 88s are now available. He could potentially push forward and put a couple Flak 88s here to really lock down this area. Perhaps a Whirlwind or Flak Irving plus a Flak 88.
Awaiting instructions.
Looks like these mortar pits are both down as well. Panther trying to hit this armor command truck. It is a fresh armor command truck. Gets the engine damage immediately. But it does run into the line of sight of the 70-pounder. Jäger squad getting ripped apart. There's just a lot of infantry here. The Luftwaffe ground forces may just need to stay in a fight to cover the Panther's retreat. Panther needs to run away. There's way too much infantry for here to deal with. Panzers are now moving on forward, trying to hit the last of the 17-pounders, or at least there's still 2 more. Panther runs forward and run away.
Once again.
I think something got upgraded with the infantry, but I'm not sure what it was.
25-pounder ready.
25-pounders now down. This is the death of the bricklayer.
We are fire in the cockpit!
Bloody hell, they hit my best head.
And there is a flak gun now completed in range of the forward HQ.
Bloody hell!
Multiple good hits onto that HQ, damaged engine
They
as
have gained
well.
momentum on the field.
2-2 is an area for good infantry support. This obstruction is now gone. Verbelin would be a great item right now. A lot of infantry, a lot of infantry here. Something went down. It was a something. There goes a flak half gun. Not flak gun, but it is a flak gun. This command truck is severely wounded. Panther over here.
Ready for instructions.
Nope, that's a Kettengrad. We do have a regular Cromwell now on the field. Severely outclassed versus the Panthers. And it looks like there's only 1 Panther remaining. He lost the Beck 2 one that was around here at one point.
Assault rifles ready!
Yeah, looks like the Panther went down. That was what we heard earlier. And we do also have now a priest.
The enemy has cut down an
There
infantry
are 2
unit.
Volksjägers now out on the field.
Take cover, take cover. We're standing by.
Taking fire!
Over here we do
The
have
enemy is weakening
the
even
Panzer's
now.
ripping apart that HQ. Now the other one is next. He could fall on the other side of the building.
Gangbusters here.
Just decides to do a full retreat.
Kill those fucking mongrels! He's right there! He's right there! Get him!
Oh, looks like the HS-129B3 is now coming on in. It is the B3, right? Yeah, 75mm is the B3. Like a
Ammunition stores are under
50mm or
attack.
37mm was the B1. Getting some great hits on the Cromwell. The Cromwell needs some massive repair, so does this HQ. Volksjägers, however, need to fall back.
Panzer taking fire!
Our fearless
And
troops
there
have yet
goes the
again
Cromwell.
destroyed the enemy's armor.
Contact! Who's calling?
Suppressive fire.
Now even the priest is getting hit because I
Count
think
Cavalier is
that
losing
pintle
ammunition
mount is
depot to the
revealing him
enemy.
because it's firing up against the aircraft. But
The enemy has
he will
managed to eliminate a
main gun
half-track.
destroyed it though, so he won't be able to fire. Though I see the firing animation happening.
Flanks falling!
Panzer, stand by for task. Taking fire! Moving on.
Right there! He's right there! Get him!
attack the HQs once again. Too many Piets, not enough effective infantry. Anti-infantry.
We have eliminated the enemy.
And there
once
goes
more.
the HQ. Now he's out of supply because he doesn't have a set up HQ. Headquarters command truck has been called in immediately. Command truck moving on forward once again, but it received quite a bit of strays, and there goes the priest. All this munition store is being very, very useful, and looks like the command truck is going to go down. That huge amount of munitions was being quite critical because
We have destroyed an enemy unit.
it's just allowed them to call in a lot of aircraft, and that is likely going to be game. That is game. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.